Welcome to NIOS, dear learners. The subject is Home Science. Lesson number 10, Family Resource Management. We have already learnt part 1 and 2. Now we will do part 3. Let's begin. As you can see in the picture, decision making. The word decision means to decide. Decide between the best option, between all the other alternatives, deciding the best option, selection course of action between different choices. It involves different steps. First is identifying a problem. For example, let's discuss it through a story. There's a man, his name is Rahul. His family is not happy in the house that they are living in. Rahul is not happy and his family is also not happy. Why? Because the house is very small and there are 7 family members living in that small house. With only 2 bedrooms, everyone is adjusting a lot to stay in that house. The kitchen is very small and it is very difficult to maintain cleanliness in that kitchen because of its small size. There's no place to dry the clothes. They have to dry the clothes inside the house. And it gets airtight. It's a really small house. The surroundings are also not very hygienic and clean. The roads are damp, they are not clean. So the family, Rahul's family, is not happy in that house. They're facing a lot of challenges every day. So due to that, they want to move from that place. However, in light of the situation, there are some positives about the house. Despite being it small, etc., Rahul's father's office is quite near to that house, so it's easier for him to take a walk every day and go to the house. His sister's school is also close by. The shopping areas, the market for daily use is also close by. Only the house is not good. So, Rahul thinks that they should move the house to a different place. It was a rented house they have been living in, so they think that it's better if they buy their own house now. So Rahul and his family start looking for the house. They want to live in better conditions. The locality needs to be better off. Either it has to be a flat or a bungalow. They have to decide that which house do they need to buy. In order to give them the best advice, they can also hire a property dealer who can tell them the safety of the house, the water issues, everything. So they have to pay the property dealer. Instead of paying the property dealer, they can even ask their friends or relatives. They can tell that, this is a better place to live in or that is a better place to live in. They can even ask around in the neighborhood that they are planning to buy the house in. It's not easy to buy a house. Maybe Rahul's father cannot buy a house. Paying smaller amount of rent looks easier for him. So he starts thinking. It's important that the whole family discusses before buying the house. It's not right to immediately buy the house. We have to keep looking for other alternatives as well. Not just the first house, we have to look for 4 or 5 different houses and analyze the situations, that the market is close by, the atmosphere is clear. So it's important to do the research before buying the house. Rahul's family likes the house, but they are not able to afford it. He finds out that his father does not have enough money to pay for the house. He also has to pay for the car EMI. The loan that he had taken. So it's not easy for him to buy a house immediately. Instead, he decides not to buy the house and move to a different house which is bigger on a rented scenario where there is more space and better quality of house. So they decide to live in a rented house. even when they decide to rent the house, they have to choose the right thing, and once his father's EMI is over, then they can buy their own property. So they decide to move to a rented house, and then later on they would move to their own house. Right now the house has 3 rooms and the situation is better, the kitchen is cleaner, there are front and back balconies where they can dry their clothes, there's freedom for children to play around, and kitchen is also bigger for the mother to cook, and she can even make different achars etc. outside the house because there's space for her to even grow her own food, because the house is more comfortable for them. So Rahul's family now is at peace compared to where they were living earlier. So it's important that we analyze all the situations before we make any decision. Maybe some decisions can be wrong also. So we have to be very, very careful managing and analyze all the situations, and then we can buy or go to the right thing. So this is what is decision making. Thank you.